Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Love is unconditional. In love, there are no conditions. You love for no reason with no justification. You are free to be who you are, and you allow others to be what they are. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 61, NASDAQ off 50, S&P's off 10.5, gold contract down $3.10, trading at $12.43 an ounce. Silver down 7 cents, $16.42. We need both gold and silver to catch a bid, folks. They've continued to pull back. It is light volume, but bottom line, they got to catch a bid. 12.40 is where the strength came in from gold in April. I suspect more than likely we're going to probably hit that before we go topside. Platinum is down $3.50 at $9.21 an ounce. You got copper down 3 cents at $2.55 a pound. Light sweet crude. The pit trading it closed at $43.23. Bottom line down 97 cents. It had price spread. It had volume. That baby wants lower price. We're going to have the API numbers out at 4:30. We'll see where they shake out. We get the EIA numbers out at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Bonds. So the note and bond market just continue to say higher price, lower yield. Pretty amazing what happened in both of those markets out here today. So last week, you go topside with volume. Yesterday, you pull back, light volume. Today, you had light volume. You rejected lower price, and then they took off topside. You had the 10-year up 6 ticks, 126.27. 30-year up almost a full point, 31 ticks, 157.20. They both are in ABC structures on the way up with potential price projections of the 128.20 inside the 10-year, which would take it under 2%, 159.30 in the 30-year. Right now, your 10%, your 10-year note is yielding 2.15%. So the bottom line is that you are at the lower end of this curve for the last 6 months. It's been 2.12 for the last 6 months. For the year, for the last 12 months, 1.35 is the low, 2.6 is the high. We're right in the middle of that. And I do expect what you're going to see is that we're going to basically break that 2% once again, which is just a total mind blow, but that's where it wants to go. King Dollar. What do we have with King Dollar? King Dollar caught a bid yesterday. Had some decent volume today. We did 30,000 contracts. You're at 97,345. Bottom line is that it's the 97,480 that you got to hold at. It got to 97,515 today and just didn't hold it. We'll see whether it can hold it tomorrow. And that, folks, is not even, that's just a minor swing point. A normal dead cat bounce could get King Dollar up to 98,410. You know, King Dollar hasn't been able to catch a bid in the last 6 months. You know, what you had with King Dollar, you know, topped out at 103.53. That topped out on January 3rd. That is the highs. King Dollar, you know, when we take a look at this, I'm going to put up the continuous contract for you because this gets really intriguing watching this whole thing shake out. DX1 currency. Okay, so what you're going to see is that the night of the election, King Dollar was highly volatile. It got down to 95,905, and then it took off like a rocket ship. It went from 95,905 all the way up. That was November 9th, all the way up to 103, January 3rd, and then just gave it up. And we've already reached 96.30. Bottom line, this thing to me is building cost. Number one, to get down to the 95 area. I expect what you're going to see on a longer-term basis, more than likely it wants to run into the 91 area. Now, let's go over and take a look at Ford. So what you're going to see is this. This is going to get really intriguing with Ford. So Ford right now, trading down 12 cents, $11.12. Ford, okay, has a new CEO. Mark Fields is gone. Well, guess what, folks? This is where this is going to get really intriguing. And what I mean specifically is business-wise versus administration-wise versus what is real and what is not. Okay, the markets dictate what is real and what is not. So when Trump first came in, he got all the executives into the basically Oval Office and say, hey, listen, man, you're not going to do business overseas and bring cars in. Well, guess what? Ford today announced, guess what? They're going to save $1 billion. Guess where they're going to build cars now, folks? They're not going to build them in Mexico. They're going to build them in China. Ford's canceling its controversial plans to build the Focus in Mexico. Supposedly it was going to come back to the United States. Wrong. Going to China. They're going to save $1 billion by importing the cars from China next year. So guess what? You go over and we take a look at the markets, all the currencies, okay? If you take a look at, here, we'll go to the Mexican peso for a second. What you're going to see is that you're actually going to see, there's the spot peso, right? You're going to see that the peso has already come back and is stronger than it was on election night. What you have with the peso is that the peso started out in November, started out at $18.1 to the US dollar, got up to 22 to the US dollar. Guess what? Traded right down to 17.89 last week. You know, bottom line, you want to go into steel? You want to see what's going on with steel? Steel is trading, US steel is $21. Election night, it was $21. Actually, no, it was less than that, I think. Or more than that. Yeah, it was $20. Goes up to $40. Guess where it's trading, folks? $21. Bottom line, all these currencies, the equities that had taken off, they have already pulled back into that area. The real question here is that the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, small caps, they haven't. And in fact, they're pretty far away from it. And we'll see where that shakes out. The first ones did come back into that area were the currencies. We go over to the oil market. This oil market is in tough shape. Oil out here today down 2.1%, $43.48. This had 857,000 contracts traded. This oil contract looks to me, number one, if we put this on a continuous contract, you're going to see the lower end of this consolidation is laying out at $42 to $39. Once you get this close, it's like, why can't you go hit it? I suspect we're going to be hitting it. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. Dow finished down 61, NASDAQ off 50, S&P's down 10.5. We're going to be right back.